Hello, my name is Chris and I'm a U-Haul hitch professional. Installing a hitch on your Kia Sorento can lead to some amazing adventures, such as biking, camping, or road trips to your favorite destination. You can even tow a U-Haul trailer just about anywhere in North America. Now let's take a look at how I completed this Draw-tite hitch installation. You will need the following tools or supplies to complete this installation. Begin this installation by lowering and relocating your spare tire. I'm going to go ahead and use a 7/16 socket and an extension to lower it here at the emergency release. Next, we will lower our underbody panels. Begin here on the driver's side. Remove 4 push fasteners. We will use a Phillips head screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. Spin the center of the clip and pry it out in order to remove the trim fastener. Sometimes these ones can be difficult and can be replaced if you have replacement trim fasteners. We're going to go ahead and replace these for our customer. Now remove 2 plastic fasteners, holding the underbody panel in position. Ours are damaged, so we're going to have to pull them away from the vehicle. As you can see, our damaged fastener stayed on the vehicle. We're going to need to remove this to put it back in the underbody panel. In most cases, these are some type of 10, 12, or 14 millimeter socket. If yours aren't damaged, they should stay in the underbody panel. On the passenger side underbody panel, there are 3 push fasteners to remove, and again, 2 more plastic nuts, which are in our case, again, lost. Our next step is to lower the exhaust. First, support it with a strap. Now, remove 2 rubber isolators from their hanging posts, 1 on each side. Use soapy water to aid the removal. Use exhaust hanger pliers or a long flat screwdriver if you do not have them. We're now ready to raise the hitch into position. I will be using the U-Haul exclusive hitch jack. If you do not have one, I would recommend getting a second set of hands. Begin by placing the passenger side of the hitch over the exhaust so it can go underneath and around the frame. Continue raising the hitch and align all the mounting locations. We can now install our new hardware. The spacer plate is on the passenger side. There are 2 long M12 bolts, as well as 2 M12 nuts, and 4 1/2-inch conical tooth washers. Remember that the teeth will face the hitch plate or the hitch or the vehicle in some fashion. Now, place the spacer plate into position. Now install your 2 M10 bolts and 7/16 conical washers. Again, remember the teeth face the hitch. Now repeat on the other side. There is no spacer plate on the driver's side, just washers and hex nuts. Now tighten and torque the hardware to the manufacturer specifications, which I will link in the description below. I will begin with the M10 hardware and a 17 millimeter socket, as well an extension for ease. And now switching to the M12 hardware, we will need a 19 millimeter socket and a second 19 millimeter wrench. Switch your torque wrench to the value for the M12 bolt. Now return the exhaust. Next up, we can reinstall the underbody panel. Do note that the directions are calling for a trim in this area. However, I've found on our vehicle with our trim, this is not necessary. So I would recommend testing this before continuing forth with any trim, as you may not need them like we do not. On the passenger side underbody panel, the directions are not calling out a trim. However, I have discovered some interference right here. So let's make a small notch so we can seat this fastener. I'm going to use tin snips to trim the corner. And this small ledge right here. Return the spare tire, lift the rearmost end of the tire into position before continuing forward. Now that our hitch is installed, we've pulled the vehicle onto level ground to show you some important measurements. This is a 2-inch hitch receiver. From the pinhole to the end of the bumper is 4.5 inches. From the ground to the top of the inside of the receiver is 13.25 inches. These measurements will help you determine the necessary length, rise, or drop of your hitch accessories, like a ball mount, bike rack, ski carrier, or cargo carrier. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul hitch professional, please visit us online at uhaulhitches.com. You can also download the U-Haul app using the link in the description for even more ways to manage your hitch and towing needs.